You are welcome here. You are welcome here. You are welcome here.
Ooh. Good morning, everybody. It's great to see you here on this beautiful Sunday. Look at all those smiles. Isn't that wonderful? Oh, goodness. What should the question today be? Why don't you find somebody, maybe somebody that you didn't come in with or somebody that you don't know, and tell them one thing, and I emphasize one thing, that you're grateful for. Oh, thank you so much. What a lot of beautiful energy and gratitude there is in this sanctuary, and we're just so glad you came this morning, and also a big welcome to the folks that are watching online. And now I'd like to pass the word over to my lovely assistant here, Bernie Austin, Practitioner Emeritus.
There you go.
Yes.
And Lonnie Cassidy's stunt double.
Understand? Yeah, okay. Stunt double.
Every time she asks me to come and be this person for her, she goes, "Dear stunt double."
Oh.
So hopefully I don't do anything that's going to require stunts.
I'm looking for a stunt.
I've done that.
We're all looking for a stunt now.
So welcome, y'all. It's so exciting today. I've been thinking about this Sunday since the last couple of weeks, because this is the time that you get to see all of the practitioners, well, almost all of them, in one place at one time. And the joy of it, I was thinking about how unique each of us are, because the personality and the thing that brought us to this spiritual path is all diverse. And so it's very exciting to meet with one another. And when you ask for a prayer, it's never the same from the same person or from anybody you choose. So welcome to y'all online and to y'all here. It's very exciting today. Watch for all of the moving parts.
Yes, thank you. Thanks, Bernie. Okay, so in lieu of the children's message, but the children are welcome to stay because we still want to sing the face of God to you when the time comes, I'm going to invite all of the practitioners except for our two newest ones to come forward. So let's have them, y'all come onto the stage. Get out of your way.
I'm where we rest.
Just go, rush the stage. Stand over here so I'm not blocking anyone. Jana G. Good to see you. All right, folks. First of all, aren't they beautiful? Yes. Thank you. All right, so a few words about practitioners. Licensed practitioners are people who have dedicated their hearts and their minds to spiritual service. It's the practitioner's business to uncover love hidden in wholeness in every single person, and to reveal truth about all beings and all conditions. To reach this stage has taken years and years of dedicated study and personal growth and working on ourselves, has it not, right? Yes. Today is an extra special day because we're welcoming two new practitioners. They're here, not yet, in part because of the dedication and inspiration of all of you. You inspired them to take classes and to become practitioners. Those who went before them inspired them, and also the congregation has inspired them too, because they long to serve the congregation. But the practitioners especially have taught them, have prayed with them, have laughed with them, have served with them, have participated as shining examples of grace and humility, not only for our new students, but for all of us. And I'd like to take a moment now, if you ever taught a practitioner class or one of the prerequisite classes, or assisted in a class, or prayed with one of our new practitioners, would you raise your hands? Whoa, that's like everybody. Awesome. That's a whole lot of inspiration. Now, before I call our new graduates down to the stage. I'd like to also call up one practitioner student who will be taking Practitioner 2 next year online, and that is our beloved Mark Lager, who will graduate in 2024. Mark, come to the stage. There you go. Yay! Thank you. Thank you. And now, the moment that we have been waiting for, especially those in the back that are chomping at the bit. Let me call forth our two new practitioners. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to present Devin, Sophia Delaney, and Jim Eckley. Yay! You see how much love there is for you? Isn't that wonderful? Yes. Okay. So welcome. Welcome to your new family of spiritual seekers and leaders. We are delighted that you are here. To all of the practitioners, you have chosen a pathway in life that is rich and fulfilled with spiritual discoveries. To serve as a professional practitioner is to lead those who look to you for spiritual guidance into an acceptance of the wholeness of spirit in all things. And for this work, you are very well prepared. Your deep understanding of principle, of human nature, your compassion will be called upon by those who look to you for the living demonstration of our teaching. And you are all licensed professional practitioners. Therefore, it is right and fitting that you pledge your alignment and allegiance to the center in whose name you perform your healing art. So we're going to do some vows, okay? As practitioners of religious science for the Ventura Center for Spiritual Living, do you commit yourself to the following? To anchor the VCSL vision with prayer, revealing wholeness in all things. If so, please say, I do.
I do.
To wholeheartedly practice principles of loving kindness. If so, please say, I do.
I do.
To serve humbly and helpfully. If so, please say, I do.
I do.
To deliberately cultivate insight and self-care. If so, please say, I do.
I do.
To be love, share love, and serve love. If so, please say, I do.
I do.
To support your practitioner colleagues with kindness and spiritual truth. If so, please say, I do.
I do.
Thank you. You have all joined today in an act of sacred dedication, which is the outward expression of an inner conviction which you have already made with your own soul. Through this consecration, you place yourself in a special relationship with your center and within the world at large. You know the truth, and the truth will reveal itself to all who seek so that they may be free. Now, first, we're going to do some rituals. The first thing is to present our practitioners with service pins, and I'll read the names and then we'll ask Joan to pass out the pins, okay? So the names are, for 5-year pins, receiving 5-year pins this year are, if you maybe raise your hand so people can see who you are. Mary Kerrigan.
Wow.
Yeah. Surprise! Linda Drevenstedt. Lacey Eckley, Weston Eckley. Okay. There she is. Thank you. Dina Sherry. Yay. Mari Zachary Lyon. Yay. And Bob Lyon. Thank you. And receiving 10-year pins this year, Amy Michelson. Joan, you may have to throw it, but because you can get it later. Okay. Passing it back, okay. And then Lida Martin. There she is. Yay. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for your years of service. So wonderful. It feels like just yesterday that you all graduated, right? Yeah. And so now we'll present the newest practitioners with your stoles, and the stoles that you wear will be a visible symbol of your office here in the center. They are to be worn with honor and with humility, with exaltation and grace, as you continue in active service as a practitioner for the Ventura Center for Spiritual Living. So y'all, I'm going to have you two stand on that step right there so I can stand above you. And then Karen, here comes Karen. Karen's bringing me the stoles. Okay. And you turn around and face the congregation. There you go. And Christine has certificates for you, which will come eventually, but that's okay, honey. Okay. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. Would you hold this one? Thank you. Okay. Devin Sophia, I bestow the office of practitioner upon you. Thank you. Thank you. Jana G. There you go. You can hand this to them. They're done. Yippee, yippee. Okay then. And now, Jim Eckley, I bestow the honor of Practitioner of Religious Science upon you. There you go. All right. We've got one more thing for y'all, and looks like our little puppy friend up in the balcony is already helping, so there you go, because now it's your turn to talk, okay? So to the congregation, behold the practitioners of the Ventura Center for Spiritual Living, vows for you. Do you promise to honor them, respect them, and lean on them? Will you acknowledge them as the healing arm of the center? Will you too be love, share love, and serve love in your relationship with all of our practitioners? If so, please say, we do. We do. Thank you very much. Let's give a big hand for all of the practitioners. Yay! Great, children. Thank you. And now, if there's any children that would like to come forward and sit on the stage, we welcome you. You get to be in all of this auspicious company here. Hi, come on down. Here comes Dalton. Hi, good to see you, kiddo. There's Knots. Come on down, Knots. There you go. Come on down, Dalton. Hello there, boys. Good to see you guys. Okay, there's Kip. That's right, that's right. Do you want to sit down, Dalton? He's up there. Yeah, okay, so let us all sing together. You are the face of God, to ourselves, to these beautiful children, and to the practitioners. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. Oh, we need some more applause. Let's go for it. I don't know. So Now we'll have the choir will stand stage, right? And the invocation happens. Yeah, okay. Okay, so y'all, if you're not in the choir, let's play some traveling Face of God music. And here we go. And the choir stays on stage, and Reverend Karen stays on stage. And the rest of the choir can come to the stage if they like. Okay?
Sometimes. I don't know.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, you can. You want where's the mic? Yeah, you can move the mic. Yeah. You sitting in the front so you can do your dance. Yeah. All right. Before the choir sings, Reverend Karen will give us an invocation.
Good morning, everyone, all the practitioners here, in stoles or without stoles. We are all practitioners of God, each and every one of us, in the service to God, in the love of God light, and absolutely knowing God as the master practitioner of all life, of which we all are in service of. Knowing this and feeling this and embodying this presence within myself, and knowing this presence of beauty is within each and every person in this sanctuary. It is within each and every person watching online and in our lives out there in the world, no matter what station we are in life, no matter what appearance is happening in our lives. We are all of God. We are all with that light. We are all walking in that light with gratitude and thanksgiving for our blessings, no matter what they look like. They are all blessings of God. And knowing this on this Practitioner Sunday, honoring Jim and honoring Devin as part of our tribe, as part of our group of love and light, we honor being practitioners, living the practitioner life and working at it every day of our lives, guiding and helping and honoring in God's name and in God's light, and in thanksgiving and gratitude for each and every one here for being a part of this beautiful family. And that gratitude, please join me as I release this prayer to the universal law, and together we say, and so it is.
Thank you, Karen.
Weave us together.
opportunity to hear from the voices of a couple of the practitioners. And we have a practitioner, what I like to call a seasoned practitioner versus an old practitioner. A seasoned practitioner and a newer practitioner speaking. And it's my honor to get to introduce Christine. Christine has been with the church for, wow,
1989.
Since 1989. So I think she's maybe one of our most senior, experienced, duration-friendly members. I think Carol Griffin may top that, but you know, she's been here for a long time through many ministers, right? And I love so many things about Christine. She has such a beautiful heart of service. I also, just to remind us all, that Christine was here with her brother Andy for a really long time. Andy was a great tenor, and when he passed away, we all missed him terribly. And yet Christine has carried on and has done a beautiful job, not only of being a congregant, but when the call came to her to be a practitioner, she went through a lot to get there, and I'm sure she'll say a few things about that. But her dedication is just incredibly wonderful, and one of the roles that Christine has in this center is that she is the co-director of the Circle of Blessings team, which helps people that are in some type of distress, whether they need meal support after surgery, or if they need a ride to the doctor, or if they need additional support. This is not my speech, this is Christine's speech, so I'm gonna be quiet now, but just know that I could say like 20 minutes more of all the good things about Christine, so let's give her a bunch of love, okay?
Thank you, Reverend Bonnie. And thank you all for being here today and to share in this wonderful experience of Practitioner Sunday. When I began attending VCSL in 1988, I became a member in 89. I heard the term practitioner. I did not know what that meant. They were lovely people who were very nice to me, and they did a lot of work around the church, but nobody talked about them, and it was very mysterious. So 35 years later, I know a little bit about it. So Bonnie did a lovely introduction about what practitioners are. They're so much, but just to kind of repeat what you said, each of the practitioners have completed approximately 5 years of study. Some can do it in 4, usually it takes 5. That includes generally 3 years of mandatory certificated prerequisites, and then 2 years of intensive training of actually being preparing to be a practitioner. There are oral exams, there is an oral exam, written exam, and a background check. And the license comes from the Centers for Spiritual Living. Sorry, I'm trying to get used to the microphone. Centers for Spiritual Living, which is an international organization in Colorado. So there are 38 practitioners, which includes 5 ministers plus Reverend Bonnie as the leader. And these comprise what we call the Ministry of Prayer, or MOP. Practitioners are highly trained in affirmative prayer, and they understand how to use it for yourself, they understand how to use it, and they help you to understand how to use it for yourself, so you can affect the change you desire in life. They fully support you in knowing you're good. And there are several ways to connect with the practitioner or with the Ministry of Prayer. After Sunday service, many of you know we have the 1-minute miracle, which is kind of a very abbreviated version of spiritual mind treatment. You can fill out a prayer request form in the back of the pews, and you can drop it either in the collection pouch or the prayer chest over there, in case anybody wonders what that is. Or you could also give it to the office. You could also go online and do a prayer request. You don't have to be a member of VCSL to do a prayer request. I think we get them from all over the world. And many of the practitioners hold private sessions, which can be done in person, by phone, or on Zoom. And for private sessions, they usually run about an hour, and there is a fee for the private session, and you are not paying them to pray for you, you are paying for their time and expertise in knowing how to use spiritual law. So to find a practitioner, go to venturacsl.org. Click the link Practitioners, and we'll all pop up. Okay. So Reverend Bonnie asked me to speak about what did practitioner training do for me and how has this philosophy made a difference in my life. That's a lot to talk about because I've been around for 7 decades. But I'll give you a few highlights. So we all share the reality of this thing called life. We're all born and we all die. Our bodies die. From birth to death, we're on this journey. We call it the life journey. And that journey takes us in many directions, experiences, challenges, people, relationships. Some of them are planned. Some of them we can control. Some of them we can't control, especially if you're a small child or a baby. Things just happen. My life journey was a nightmare until I was about the age of 30, which is when I realized I could take control of my life. I had a lot of therapy. I pursued a lot of spiritual paths, all of them good. But I came to the realization when I turned 30, around that time, I was like, I don't want to be like this anymore. I don't want to be in pain anymore. There's got to be something else in life. So I learned from the frailties and illnesses of both of my parents and from the perpetrators who harmed me to absolutely be a survivor. They were very painful lessons that I learned, and I would not trade them back for anything because they gave me the wisdom that I have now, and they made me who I am today. And hopefully it has allowed me to be a little more compassionate for others. So throughout my formative 30 years, I always knew there was this presence with me, an energy. And you can call it God, higher power, guardian angel. I always knew it was there. It kind of came and went. It was just, once it was there, then it wasn't. And then I realized a lot of the times I was denying it because I was blinded by rage and sorrow and regret. So by the time I was 30, I had moved 35 times. I'd lived across the United States. In my spiritual journey, I was baptized in the Anglican Church, St. Paul's Episcopal Church in Akron, Ohio, built by the Firestone Rubber Company family, and we called it St. Harvey's of the Polo Fields because it was built on their polo fields. It was a very lovely church, but I knew early on it didn't resonate with me, and I would pretend to go to Sunday school, and I would actually hang out in the stairwell by myself and sing. So I just knew that it didn't resonate. After my mom died when I was a kid, I became an atheist. Then I kind of graduated to being an agnostic. Then I was in the Baha'i faith for 2 years with some beautiful, beautiful people. And then I became a born-again Christian speaking in tongues, and I can still talk in tongues. Okay, then I took classes this is all kind of out of order. I took classes to convert to Catholicism to marry my high school love of my life. He lived in Brooklyn, and that's my Tony Kiki story Bonnie knows about. Well, that didn't work out. I studied Buddhism. Then I lived in Atlanta, and I had a good friend who was a member of the temple there, and she said, Christine, you've got to convert to Judaism. We'll find you a husband. So, yeah, that didn't work out either. So at 30, it's actually it's around the time I moved to California, and my brother Andy was out here, and he said, well, you might as well come out here. You've tried everything else. So I was in Vroman's bookstore in Pasadena one day, and I saw this magazine called Science of Mind, and I thought, this is interesting. And I bought it, and I took it home, and I also got a Joel Goldsmith book. I can't remember the name, but it's a very well-known one. But I thought, this looks interesting, too. when I got the Science of Mind magazine, I had no idea it was connected to a faith. I didn't know who Ernest Holmes was. I just knew that everything in that magazine resonated with me and where had it been all my life. It was such a thirst quencher spiritually. And shortly thereafter, I won't go into all the details, on a fluke, I met she was then a religious science minister, Terry Cole Whitaker. And she invited me to have dinner with her. And so I just felt it was, I didn't know who she was at the time, for those of you who know who she is. She was kind of famous. I wrote some books. Anyway, I didn't know that when I met her. So then, 7 years later, I attended this church for the very first time. And that was also on a fluke. But now I realize Spirit was leading the whole time. After about 14 years here, I began to have an interest in Science of Mind classes. I can be slow to follow sources guidance. I am a late bloomer, but once I catch on, I'm really good at what I do. So somewhere in the first decade of this new century, my interest focused on becoming a practitioner. I took classes, and back in those days, and up until I think 2020 at least, a person's credits for taking the certificated classes expired after 5 years. And I believe it was 2011, I was taking a class with Susan Burrell, and that's when I found out there were like 11 people in the prac class. It was a huge prac class. And I remember talking to Jennifer Hadris, and she says, yeah, you can join us. Come on, you've taken classes, you could do it. And I got really enthused and really excited, but life happened and I didn't do it. No matter, I just kept taking classes, because classes here are really fun, whether they're certificated or not. If you want community, family, a sense of belonging, take classes. And many of them are priceless pricing, so money shouldn't be an obstacle. Okay, so, all right, winding down. 2015, I had some major shifts. My brother died right in front of me, suddenly of a heart attack. I had already buried another brother unexpectedly before that, and went kind of into an abyss, a very dark abyss. And I didn't come to church for about 8 months. And then Spirit led me to some people and some concepts, and I got out of the abyss. And in 2018, I attended the very first orientation for people wanting to be practitioners. Reverend Bonnie told me that many of my class credits wouldn't be valid, and I would have to take the classes all over again. And I internally shrieked for about 2 seconds, but then I stopped and I thought, no, this is okay, because I trust her. And she said, you need an opportunity to get to know the congregation by taking the classes. And she was absolutely spot on. She was absolutely right. It was a great experience, and I've met many people, made many friends. So I trained to be a practitioner from 2018 to 2020, during COVID. And my beautiful sisters in prac school were Gail Matthews and Kathy Walker. And we got to take our exams on Zoom. And if you become a practitioner and go to prac classes, you bond with these people for life, and including the teachers. And I want to give a shout out to Joan Bergstrand, because Joan is a wonderful mentor. And I can say this for Kathy and Gail and myself. At one time or another, I think we were, individually and or collectively, we were ready to bail, because this is hard stuff we had to study. And Joan was always there supporting us. So thank you very much, Joan. And okay, so what did I get from the class experience? It allowed me to become more centered, more confident, obviously more knowledgeable in the history of religious science and the protocols, the ethics, the policies and procedures, because that's all part of it, and creating these lifelong bonds. And it gave me an amazing connection with this fabulous practitioner core that we're honoring here today. And my greatest takeaways, there are two. One is it confirmed to me that I have an inner need to dedicate myself to service. How can I make life better for someone else? I can't change the world, but maybe I can help that person over there today. Or say a prayer for those people who are in war or famine or floods. The other is it confirmed my deep, deep connection to my higher self and my oneness with Source. That little energy that I felt on and off in my life was always there, and now I know I recognize it. I don't have to look for it. It's always, always with me. And that is so liberating. God is all. I am one with God. And I am never alone. And that the creative power of Source is always with me and with everyone else. And I know that I know that I know that. So thank you. Thank you. Okay, I am very honored now to introduce the next speaker, Devin Sophia Delaney. And I had the honor of being one of her teachers when she was in prac training this past year. And she's just a magnificent person, and you're going to see that when she speaks. Tell you a little bit about her. She is a yoga teacher and a Reiki and sound healing practitioner. She is a holistic education mentor, tutor, and teacher. And she was introduced to CSL in 2011 in Alaska when she was living there. So without further ado, I introduce Devin.
Hi, I'm Devin Sophia Delaney. I'm grateful to be here. And I'm grateful for being a practitioner. And Bonnie asked me to answer this question: how has the philosophy of science of mind impacted my life and assisted in overcoming a struggle? The major struggles that I have overcome with greater and greater degree are self-doubt and fear of failure and fear of success. When I started the Practitioner 1 training, I was receiving unemployment insurance, food benefits, and my business was at a loss for the year. I was studying for exams, both in and out of practitioner training, and I was feeling doubtful about passing them, and bargained to find ways to get a teaching credential without taking those exams. Those past few years were about a lot of tests, and I think we can all agree about that. As I moved through practitioner training, I went from being upside down on my finances to achieving a profit, and the additional government supports were less and less needed. Through prayer and meditation and even visioning, and the team focused on passing the tests in practitioner training from ministers, teachers, practitioners, and other students, I began to believe in my good and that I could pass these tests before me. I ended up having to take all the tests that I tried to weasel my way out of taking, and passed them all, including a math and science one, and I'm one step away from receiving my elementary education teaching credential and submitting the paperwork. And I'm standing here. Thank you. And I'm standing here, so I did pass all my exams for the practitioner training that I needed for licensure. This philosophy has been a guide, as well as the loving kindness of the prayer partners, throughout my practitioner training journey. Tears of joy. I am grateful to the students that gave me client referrals in my business and as a teacher, and also loans to be able to get through the training at times. And I'm grateful to the students and a leg up to get the next step along the practitioner path. It was one step at a time. And the generous gift of an anonymous donor gave me faith in the abundance and prosperous nature of the universe. And all of these added to the fulfillment of the practitioner training and culmination of becoming a professional practitioner. And I want to read you the intentions we had as a class that we created together in Practitioner 2, and it's either Practitioner 1 or Practitioner 2. I'm just kind of in the flow right now. But I do want to honor all of the students that were with us in the beginning, that started with Jackie Hammer, Susie Thatcher, and Jim and myself in completing. So the intentions to serve, to integrate, and to support each other, to hone our skills for listening and effective prayer treatments, to develop alignment and purpose leading to successful completion of all coursework and all exams, and to trust ourselves and the divine. And so it is. So that was our intention, and there's been a request for me to read what I had, or to share my project, the truth project I did, which I feel aligns with the choir song that we'll have. So the term project was, how do I bring truth out into the world? And I feel like the practitioner training was a very deep internal journey as well as an external journey. And so I will share this project here. My best way to bring truth out into the world is through love. My message is love. The truth I am to share is that the infinite is love. When one connects to God, higher power, source, consciousness, the universe, they are connecting to love. When they are connecting to the divine, they are connecting to love. It's not that love has multiple meanings. It's that love has been misrepresented throughout time. Love is infinite, is God, is divine, is spirit, is source. And my best way to bring the truth into the world is to show the world that everything is love. And I know this sounds really sappy, and I ask the question, how do I do this? How do I do this authentically, truthfully, as love? Just be love. That's it. Love is my highest, best vision for my life and self-expression. It is a way of being. I follow the stream of love and where it leads. I know that I am dismayed by where love has led me on this human journey. And I need to understand that is not always love at its finest. I ask the questions. Why has love led me in pretty scary places? Why has it consumed me? Why has it shut me down? Why has it betrayed me? Why would love do that if it is the purest form of truth? The truth is that love hasn't betrayed me. Love hasn't consumed me. Love hasn't shut me down. Love has been the messenger, and I misread the message. That is all. There is nothing wrong about that or bad, just misread. And I am ready to receive the message, to see, hear, feel all that love has to offer, clearly without a third-party interpretation, aka the ego. All is love. When each person is feeling so much in their heart, they may act in careless ways. It doesn't mean they don't feel love. It's the message that gets interpreted wrongly. Love has taught me many lessons and to have healthy boundaries. Love forgives. It is a semi-permeable membrane, allowing truth and love to enter. Allow truth and love to enter. Give into it. Let love breathe, embrace, embody without fear. Trust the truth of this offering if you choose to. It's real. Believe me, it's real. Allow love in completely, in bliss. Don't fear love. Flow through. Allow it all in as love, perfect, authentic, good, whole, true love. Feel it completely. Even feeling all the feelings, love has the space to hold you through all of it. Feel the love of the true self of the divine as love. Feel everything and know that is love too. Everything felt is held in the sweet container of love. Trust it. Don't deny it. Allow this truth of love in fully, completely, easily, effortlessly, purely, gracefully, all of it to enter. Hold back nothing. Let love enter. I live as love. I am love. I am complete in love. Love is my body. Love is my mind. Love is my spirit. Love is my soul. Love is each one of us. Love is the center. Love is this center. My truth, my absolute truth, is love embodied. How? How in this human form do we fully embody this pure love? Allow. Push past all the layers, uncover all the blocks that blocks love from entering and bursting forth from within. I am home here, embraced in the arms of love. And at the place that love enters, there is no separation. Only real, true, authentic, best love. Allow the flow of love from within outward and from outward to within. Receive deeply as you allow the light to enter all the cracks of former darkness. Embrace love in all its forms, the messenger that is love. Let love dissolve insecurities, jealousies, judgments, and shame. Let love break through and break up all that no longer serves for the highest and best self. Let love mend. Give permission to believe love has the power to transform. Let love transform. Listen to what love has to teach. Receive the wisdom of love. Allow love to elevate, lift up out of darkness and density. Let love be a guide, messenger, advisor. Be strength and vulnerability. Let love lead through paths of darkness and beside still waters, and be present at the round table. Let love be the crystal clear messenger through readings, prayers, meditations, and mantras. Let love illuminate the soul. Listen to love's guidance. It will not lead you astray. Truth is strong. Sometimes we can't handle the truth. Sometimes we experience U-turns in finding the truth. Other times, the truth remains hidden, or we hide the truth, or we don't want to see the whole truth. And then at times, we stand completely in the truth, and it deepens when we bring love to its center. I'm going to share this vision statement, and if you choose to, you can read it. You can say it with me after I say it. I open to receive divine loving wisdom. I release fear and apprehensions. I trust and allow the flowing embrace of love in. And so it is. Thank you.
Just take a very deep breath into your heart. And just another breath, really anchoring all the love, that vibrant divine energy that has been moving in and through each of us today as we've listened to testimonies, as we've witnessed those that stand for all of us. And just allow that blood, that love, to pump through you. And take it with you, knowing that it is always there as a resource within the divine within you. So I know that this day has been an amazing day of reflection and celebration. And I know that this week continues to be that as well. So just breathing deeply the love that is you, the love that is us, the one. I release this word into that law of love, and together we say, and so it is.